I've gotten a handful of questions from people interested in the cordless air duster I often use in videos. So just to answer the overall question, yes, I love this thing. Okay, so that being said, here are 5 reasons why you may or may not want to look into getting a cordless air duster for yourself. Number 1, it's kind of expensive. When I first thought of getting an electric air duster, I sort of figured they would be priced like a cheap hair dryer, or even cheaper than that since they were smaller and didn't need a heating element. I was definitely wrong about that. Perhaps it's because of the cordless nature of the device or because of the compact size. They're not that cheap. This one is the AFMAT cordless air duster, which I got off of Amazon for about $60. The higher than expected price made me put off buying it for a couple of months until I finally ran out of canned air and I just got it anyways. I've had it now for almost 2 years, however, and I'm very happy with it. Number 2, they're not as powerful as canned air. Compressed air canisters have a much smaller nozzle and can push out air much more forcefully than an electric air duster can. It's difficult to make a direct comparison between the two, but people have mentioned this power being roughly 70% versus canned air, and I would say that probably feels about right. That being said, since I've owned the electric duster, I've only had to switch out to using the canned air in a couple of situations when I had to clean out a heavy amount of dust caked on inside a USB port or the tiny holes of a CPU socket. Otherwise, in most situations, I just blast everywhere generously with the electric duster and it gets the job done. Number 3, it can save you money if you use a lot of canned air. This is kind of a counterpoint to number 1 on the list, but if you use a lot of canned air, an electric air duster can be a huge money saver. Compressed air cans are not cheap and they don't last very long either. The cheapest I could find canned air on Amazon with free shipping is about $7 a can if you buy 4 at a time. That means an electric air duster will pay for itself within 8 or 9 cans. Now, if you average only using a single can of air in a year just to keep a PC clean, buying a cordless air duster may be a bit overkill. However, if you're around electronics a lot like I am, you may go through multiple cans of air every month. In that case, I would highly recommend looking into an electric one. Number 4, electric air dusters can be used for a long duration and are much more versatile than canned air. With canned air, you need to hold them upright and only use them for a few seconds at a time. You're not supposed to shake them or use them on camera mirrors, and you need to be very careful not to mistakenly freeze the item you're trying to dust. In the past, when I was using a lot of air cans, I would often have to use 2 at a time, using one can until it got too cold, then switching to a second can while the first one was warming back up again. With an electric duster, you can blast away for a minute at a time, use it upside down, shake it back and forth, whatever you like. With the model I have, you can also double press the trigger to have the air come out continuously without having to hold it. Number 5, having an electric duster means you can use it more often. Now with air cans, because of the cost and because they can only really be used for small amounts of time, I would always only use them sparingly for things that really needed it. Not so with the electric air duster. Because the air is now basically unlimited, I blast the hell out of computers, keyboards, cases, behind monitors, the tops of the desk, everywhere. I also use it for a lot of other tasks around the house besides straight electronics. I've used it in the car to get to hard to reach cracks, on a ceiling fan, in the cracks around the windows, to blow dirt out of cracks in a fence before painting it, literally dozens of different things. At this point, it's become more of a general household tool than just a straight replacement for canned air. So needless to say, I've been very happy with mine. But what I'd like to know is, do you have an electric air duster? If so, how has it worked out for you? Please feel free to leave a comment, and thank you so much for watching.